Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be playing with a few new products. So I did do a Mini Benecos haul, mainly to pick up the brown lip liner because I've very much run out of mine and I really enjoyed this. But I also picked up a couple other lip products and an eyeshadow palette. So we're going to play with it in today's video. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please keep on watching. And actually we're going to start with lips first. So I'm going to swatch all the lip liners. And I'm actually then going to kind of show you which Benecos lipstick I'd pair with them. And then I'm going to finally apply this one and leave this on whilst I do the eyeshadow look. And I'm going to come back a bit later in the day to see how well the liquid lipsticks last and what I think of it in terms of like if it's comfortable on the lips and things. So I need to get this lip oil off my lips first. Okay, we're going to start with the shade Sandalwood. And that is what it looks like. It's a nice peachy tone. Okay, this is the shade Sandalwood. This is really pretty. I feel like this is a very summer nude. It's got really nice peachy tones. I think it's going to look really, really pretty. They're really nice formulas. Like I said, obviously I've tried brown before, but yeah, that looks really pretty on the lips. So I'm going to pair this with the peach lipstick because I think that would pair perfectly with this. So that's it with the shade Peach on top. Still think it's a really beautiful kind of summer shade of nude, and yeah, I really like that. So we're going to move on to brown, which I have tried before. It's a nice rosy toned brown, and yeah, it was one of my favourite nude lip liners to wear. Okay, that's brown on the lips. This is, like I said, this is my favourite nude kind of, like colour nude. I really love the rosy tones with it. Super, super pretty, and yeah, I love that one. I'm really glad I picked that one up again. So the lipstick I like pairing this with is Pink Honey. It's a slightly lighter, nude, but I think it pairs really nicely with this brown lipstick. Yeah, super pretty. I'd class this more as an all-round year nude. I think the rosy tones kind of really suit spring. I think it suits summer, autumn, winter. I think, yeah, really nice nude. And it's kind of one of my favourite nudes, this kind of rosy tone. So, yeah. So final lip liner is Berry, which I'm very excited to pop on the lips. So I don't have very many kind of raspberry berry tones, and I think they can be so pretty. So we'll go in with this next. So that's the Berry lip liner. I love this colour. This is so pretty. I feel like you could wear it in the winter but also summer. It's kind of borderline either or, I think. But a gorgeous, gorgeous berry raspberry shade. Love it. The I'd pair with this one is Pink Rose. I think it's just such a gorgeous pinky rosy, again a bit of a berry tone, which I think would pair really nicely with this. I think this might be my favourite lip out of the three I've done so far. This is such a gorgeous shade, and yeah, super, super pretty. Oh, I really love it actually. Yeah, it's my favourite out of the three for so far. Next we're going to get on the liquid lipsticks. This is in the shade Rosewood Romance. So I'm guessing like a very rosy, it's going to be a very rosy toned brown nude. Ooh, it's quite deep actually. So it's just there. So yeah, I'm just intrigued. Me and liquid lipsticks don't always... I used to love matte liquid lipsticks. I'm not so much of a fan anymore. I like the kind of more glossy. I love lip glosses, oils, and I just prefer slightly more satin to glossy finish of lipsticks now. But I'm intrigued, so we're going to give it a go anyway. Okay, that is that. It's a really pretty shade. I think if you want, I went obviously in with it standalone, but if you wanted to kind of a bit more sharper lip line, you could go in with the brown lip line. I think actually this would work quite nicely to help out on the lips. That's really easy to apply. Like I said, I haven't used a lip liner for this. It's got a slight like peppermint hint to it. It doesn't feel plumping, but I can smell and taste peppermint. So I'm intrigued by that. But yeah, obviously I'm going to let it dry down as I do the eye look, and then we can kind of come back at the end of the look, give my thoughts on it, but also I'll give some of my thoughts kind of further on down the day of what I think of this. But that's actually really pretty on the lips. A really nice colour. As always, I'm going to go in with my Lily Lola eye primer to prep and prime the eyes. So this is what the palette looks like. You've got some purples, a green, and then some very neutral shades. So this is like, I think it's called New York, this palette. So I'm very excited to play with it. Yeah, I love the fact it's refillable, so you can kind of, if you run out of shade, you can buy a new one to buy it back in, or if you wanted to try a different shade, you could buy a different one to pop back in. I like it a lot. There's let's say there's 3 mattes, 2 satins, and more what I'd call a shimmer. So I'd say this big one's a matte, these 2 are matte, I'd say these 2 are more satin, and this is what I'd call more of a shimmer. But I'll try and use as many shades as I can, and we'll see what kind of look I can come up with. Okay, I'm going to start with this deep purple first, and I'm going to take it on a Luxie 235 blending for this. And I'm going to pop this onto the outer portion of the lid and buff in. There is a little bit of fallout, but we'll work with that. It's quite a cool tone purple, quite muted. But I think the pigmentation's nice. Do the same on the other eye. Yeah, like I said, these quite muted colours, and I feel like they kind of look spring-like, but also look a bit wintry as well, which actually make quite a nice transition palette for winter to spring. Okay, I'm going to take this slightly more satin taupey colour next on a fluffy brush. This is 100% Pure's, the name's rubbed off, but it's a 100% Pure fluffy brush, and I'm going to use that to buff out that purple shade we just used. Oh, it's got a bit of a pink hue to it, this, which is nice. And it blends with that purple really nicely. It's making the blend really easy. Okay, this is what we've got so far. I'm going to go in with silver, and I'm going to pop this all over my lid. I'm going to try my finger to see what it's like with this one. But yeah, just pop it in the inner third of my lid. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, almost gives like a wet look to the lid. Oh, that is pretty. I like that. Oh, that's really opened up my eye as well in that inner corner. It's not like a blinding shimmer, but it definitely has more of that wet look, which kind of really bounces off the light and looks really pretty, I think. I think if you're someone who doesn't like the really intense pigment, like these are pigmented, you can see the colours, but I mean, if like some shadows you put like one dip in a bit and that's it, the colour's on your eyes, you have to work with them to blend out. These are slightly softer, so you can work with them really well. You can kind of got time to play with them and build them up the way you want, which I think is really nice. I'm just going to add a bit more of the deep purple onto the outer portion, blend it into silver just to make sure I haven't lost that. Okay, I'm going to take now the slightly deeper greener shade on a pencil brush. I'm going to run this along the lower lash line. Yes, you do get a bit of fallout when you pop the brush into the pan, but nothing major. Well, this looks like it's going to be a good shade as well. Oh, that is pigmented. I'm then going to go in with the kind of more neutral brown shade on a fluffy brush and use that to really kind of blend out that green I've just popped down. There's a very soft brown. It's not as pigmented, I'd say, as the rest of them, but I can imagine that if you were just going in with just a pop something in the crease, it would give a bit of definition. I think for obviously deeper skin tones that's not going to work. But yeah, I'd say it's definitely more for adding a bit of definition if you're going for like a no makeup look in the crease, or to help blend out other colours is what I'm seeing that one as. So not as exciting as the rest of them so far, but we'll continue. To finish this off, I'm going to go in with the yellow now. I'm going to use it as a bit of a highlight in the brow bone and inner corner to see what it looks like, and then I've used all shades in this palette. Do you know what? I feel like this yellow, for me, I could almost feel like I could use it as a setting powder and brighten up under the eyes. Yeah, it gives like a, it's not like a super bright highlight, but I feel like it would give me, I feel like that, yeah, that shade of yellow for my skin tone would actually give me a bit of a brightening effect under the eyes if I use it as like a bright setting powder. So I'm intrigued, I might try that at some point. But that's the eyes done. I'm just going to load up my lashes with mascara and then I'll come back for the final thoughts. Okay, this is the look complete. So I don't think the lip colour quite goes with the eyes, but that's fine. We'll still test it out. I'll still keep it on and wear it. I think actually, you probably, do you know what? I think the berry look, actually lip would have looked quite nice with this eyes, potentially. But what my thoughts so far, so obviously I'm going to come back with the lipstick and do a wear test, but thoughts on the palette itself, really nice. I think people are going to like this palette a lot, because it's cool toned, and I know a lot of you like the cool tone looks, but also it's really easy to work with, and like I mentioned, it's pigmented but not super pigmented that you've got to really work with it, blend it out. It's too intense, so you kind of like, you know, panic trying to get it all to blend out and it becomes a bit messy. It's a nice level of pigment where it's soft and it's buildable, which I think is really nice in a palette. I really like these kind of tones as well, very muted, cool tones. This is kind of, the mattes in here, kind of what I was hoping the Ether Beauty, like the matte palette, Joshua Tree was going to be like, with some of the muted shades, but this is pretty. I managed to use all the shades on my eyes. Like I said, I think this tone here, it didn't really show up too much, but I think for me to use it, it's going to be more of a blending shade, or if I'm literally just want to pop something through the crease, add a bit of definition, I'll use that. Potentially I could use it on my face. Like I said, I'm not sure if some of these are face products as well. But as mentioned, this yellow one, I feel like I could use it almost as a brightening powder. If I wanted to do that under my eyes or like throughout my T-zone or something, it would be quite nice. But that's a nice yellow. It's not super yellow, but it's, yeah, like I said, it feels like it's a setting powder yellow, if that makes sense, but brightening, which is nice. This silver's gorgeous. It gives a nice level of shimmer. Like I said, it almost kind of looked wet when I was applying it, which was really cool. This purple was, yeah, really gorgeous purple. Sometimes these more muted colours can be quite tricky to blend out and can look a bit muddy, like the Joshua Tree palette. But this I thought blended really nicely together. I'll be intrigued to see how these two would blend together at some point. And then yeah, this was a gorgeous like pinky tone taupe that blended out that purple really nicely, and it's a nice satin shade. But yeah, I really like this little palette. I've tried their grey quad before and that was quite good, but it wasn't anything amazing, I didn't think. This I really love. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I'm intrigued. Let's see how well this lasts. It hasn't, it's by no means set at the moment. And I can still see a bit of gloss, but maybe it's meant to be like that. So we'll just see how well it lasts. I will be having lunch today at some point. Because actually it's 12:10. So we're having lunch soon, so we'll just have to see how it wears throughout that. But yeah, stay tuned and I'll be back for the final thoughts and the wear test. Okay, we're back. It's gone 5 o'clock, so it's been about 5 hours. This has all been my face for. I'm going to do another check-in later, but I'm about to have dinner, so I wanted to kind of do a check-in before I had dinner, so you can see what everything looks like. But I mean, the eyeshadow's held up really well. And actually the lips hasn't done too badly. It's starting to disappear from the centre, but I don't think it looks too bad. I'm thinking, had I done like a lip liner to outline but also fill in, say for example brown, I reckon it'd still be going pretty strong. And I will say this is comfortable. It doesn't feel dry on the lips, and I don't feel like I can't move my lips. There is some, like, it is comfortable, which I'm really happy about. I really like this colour as well. So yeah, so I'll do another check-in after dinner. Nothing particularly oily. We're having it's risotto, so it should be okay, I think. But yeah, I'll come back and check in. But I'm really happy. The eyes still look actually quite good, to be fair. So yeah, I'll check back in later. Okay, so it's now 8:15. I've eaten, as you probably can tell. Yeah, I actually was quite impressed with the liquid lipstick. I know right now it's not looking so good after dinner, but I think with the lip liner underneath it will go a long way, and like I said, it's really comfortable. I love the colour of it and I'm actually quite impressed. So I'm up for, I'll play with it a bit more. This is kind of more of the first impressions, but I absolutely love the eyeshadow, and of course I love the lip liners because I've had brown before, so it's nice I've got a couple other colours to play with, and they go nicely with some of the lipsticks as well. But yeah, I'm going to leave that here. Let me know your thoughts down below. Yeah, I really like the colour of this actually, so I'm definitely going to play with it again. And like I said, I'm going to maybe pair it with a lip liner just to see if I can get a bit more longevity out of it. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Any future requests, please let me know, and I'll see you all in my next video.